Welcome everyone and welcome to another edition of All United. This is our match review. Now we know that we a couple hours behind our normal schedule after games, but nonetheless we're here and we're here to bring our thoughts and hear from you once you're in on the review with us about our performance against Azad Alkmaar. We qualified Nicole to the next round 2 games ago. This game was just about finishing on top, whether we finished first or second in the group. So as the title on the review would show, it was a game of two halves, Nicole. We had a very poor first half, and you would expect with some of the experience that we had on the field, we would have expected a little bit more. But I don't know what Ollie did during halftime. I don't know if boots was flying. I don't know if water bottles was flying. But these guys came out and we saw a totally different second half. What was your general thoughts on the game before we get into the real mix of what we're talking about today?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, going back to what you said earlier, in terms of at least qualifying from the group early, I think that was key. I think that was key in terms of being able to see some of the players in the last game against Astana, the likes of Ale, the likes of Ghana, who because of that performance, for sure would have. That is the reason why they was in the team yesterday, and even got a chance to play. Right, so that was important. It was also important knowing that we could have take a bit more of a risk. I think we only played really 2 first team players yesterday. Started with, which was Maguire and Marshall, which again showed that the importance of qualifying from the group, that at least we could take a bit more of a risk, right? So first and foremost, I think that was key. I think after that, I think the performance, as you said, the first half was definitely nothing to write home about. I could have taken off at least a full 3, and if that extra 1, 4 at halftime. Yeah, but the second half they came out and they delivered a excellent performance. A blitz of 4 goals in about 11 or 12 minutes. I think good victory and value for money. I think second half we were the better team, but second half we were the better team. But first half we were played all over the park.
We seem to be a team that really need the go-ahead goal for us to actually play proper football. I don't know if that's a psychological thing, but we always put in a position where we start. When we start a game we don't get the goal, our domination, would deteriorate, so to speak. Or sometimes we'll just allow teams to dominate us. I don't know if it's a mindset, because we were talking about the Tottenham game, we were talking about the Man City games. We came out of the blocks real hard and fast, but against these smaller teams, we keep seeing where, unless we get a go-ahead goal, I don't know, it's like we just mentally not up for these games. It's like we only gain up for the big games, and what's going on,
I think what happened is especially like the first half yesterday, the other team, when we so poor, the other team that's had to build confidence. Is that our confidence is dropping to me, because most teams expect us to come out flying at them, expect us to score early, to have the keeper busy for the first 15 minutes. But when that don't happen, then their confidence build and they realize that, wait now, this is not what we expected, and they started playing now. But yesterday, Alkmaar came out from the first minute. Again, I think the combination within the team, we didn't have that cohesiveness yesterday. For the first half, and as we improved as the second half started and went on.
I think one of the disadvantages that we would have had, but then again, is it really an excuse? Is the fact that we had Matic coming back. You could have seen how rusty he was, and the chemistry with the numbers that we had on the field wasn't really there against a team that is flying high in Holland. This team, the team that they put out, has been playing together, throughout the season, give or take 1 or 2 players, not 9, as what happened with Man United. If you understand what I'm saying. So it's like they had probably 1 or 2 changes for the most to their regular team as opposed to ours. Now, I'm not saying that is an excuse, but it could probably account for how rusty the team looked. Matic was out for what, about 2-3 months. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely,
Ghana
definitely.
Ghana hasn't been getting much minutes, and this was the first time in
Mm-hmm.
a long while since Ghana. I don't even know if he ever got 90 minutes all season.
Yeah.
You know, Mata is the next one that not really playing
Mm-hmm.
much. You brought in Tuanzebe, you know, so I want
Right.
to assume or probably suggest that could be one of the reasons why, you know, the gelling or that kind of chemistry wasn't there, you know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I would agree with you 100%. You want on Zebe again because he not playing regular. You're seeing where he losing a bit of rhythm now. You
Yeah,
know, normally he's be more solid and be more commanding than he was yesterday in the first half. But also again as the game progressed, he also improved together with most of the team.
yeah. Well, as you're on that, let's talk about the better part of the game, the part that was a little
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
enjoyable, the part where you would find most Man United fans talking
Right.
about that second
Mm-hmm.
half, Nico, where, I mean, Ollie said that
Right.
no Buffles flu, you know, no hair
Mm-hmm.
dryer
Right.
treatment,
Right.
but we know different, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
I don't know. I don't know. Oli seemed like he have a real dread side, you know. But
I believe,
he does seem so calm and so relaxed most of the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
watch me,
Yeah,
I sometimes just observe his body, his facial expressions and his body
yeah,
language.
yeah.
And I paid particular attention to his face
Right.
when he was walking off the pitch. Now, there's
Yeah.
one thing I realized Ollie does do real good.
Mm.
He does show up nothing in public. What happening
Right.
behind closed doors,
Right.
they
Right.
stay
Right.
there.
Yeah.
He's been doing that real good for the length of time he's been the manager of Manchester United.
Right.
But it's a certain things you could look and see
Mm.
the man wasn't pleased with that first half. And while he was walking to the
Mm.
dugout, I mean to the changing room, to the tunnel at
Mm.
halftime, I saw that facial expression and I saw men was gonna get ripped apart in the changing
Yeah.
room. How you interpret rip apart, that's
Mm.
up to you.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know, but I
Yeah.
believe
Mm.
them fellas get some blowout inside there because that second half
Right.
was totally different.
Mm. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as I was saying before, I was expecting three players to come off. Well, I was hoping Mata, Matic, and Pereira to come off after that first half
Yeah,
performance. So
yeah.
seriously, they were the poorest because sometimes you're expecting more of Pereira, and at least in these games, you know, I mean, in Premier League, and even I'll be saying he's barely a footballer, but at least in these games, you want to see a little more now, and he was real poor. He was real poor in that first half. But starting off for the second half, I think we started with real quality. The young that even the goal that Young scored was excellent. Even he said that he was shocked when it hit the net because the angle was so acute. Um, Pereira again, I don't know what happened. Let me really tell him something. How Pereira had a nice turn there. Surprisingly, Pereira actually did something good. And then Mata with the cross across the goal with Young flying in for the first goal. I think that was superb. I think that set the foundation for what was to come.
Yeah, I think that goal that Young scored, I mean,
Mm,
the build-up play to it was really, really nice. And you
right.
know, you were talking about three players there, Nico, who you wants to hook.
Mm,
And those were the three
boy.
players that made that first goal,
Yeah, and
you
that's the
know?
thing. That's the thing. So maybe as you saying, they really got rollicking in the change room that they changed the mindset totally
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
start of the
because
second half.
they did really, really well. I mean, not because of that I will want to say, well,
Yeah.
they go start their summer games. But
Right.
you saw where the older folk, the more experienced folk,
Mm,
you know, actually took initiative in the second half and they said, well, hey, yeah, we're going on. We really should be doing better. You know, and you
yeah.
saw that kind of quality showing
Mm,
you know, after the second half. So yeah, so I was pretty
mm,
comfortable with,
right.
you know, the second half display, how everybody approached the game. You know, we started to press better. You know,
Yeah.
first half I thought Marshall was by himself up on top and he was there trying to hustle, you know, the back
Yeah, I
line, and
think
it wasn't he started to get frustrated.
yeah, because we had no midfield, eh? Yeah, the midfield was all over the place.
Yeah, he
You
started
know?
to get frustrated, you know. Um but Nico, Mason
Mm.
Greenwood boy,
Yeah, boy.
where is sir? Woo!
That man is real talent, boy. Watch me, the man is just a natural finisher. The man could watch me. Don't give him a chance now. Remember, I was telling you that before. I say he mightn't be a player who might rough up and who might rough up a player who might hold up and but the moment you give him space is to your detriment because the man is a what you call a mercenary in
Yeah, he
football terms.
lethal
The man
boy.
is a mercenary
Way.
boy. The man don't give him a chance because he would snap at it and take it. You know what I mean? And again, it's showing that even in the Premier League games now that Oli do have a choice. If Marshall not fit, he know exactly who to play and where to play them. And Greenwood is constantly ponging that home, so Oli know for sure now, hey, even if Marshall not there, has somebody who could fill that role, and if he's given the chance, he will take the chance. And I think we still have plenty more to see from Greenwood. Because that was 2 goals, and you could see the assist for the penalty. You know, that's how lethal the man was at 18. You know, the first player to score a brace in Europe at 18 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even setting records. So I think you don't have enough superlatives to really talk about this man, but the man different.
I really hope though that
Mm,
he'll be able to cope with the attention that he joined himself now, and I'm talking
mm,
about not media attention, I'm talking about
mm.
on the field attention. Because remember
Right.
when teams realize that you're a real threat now,
Mm,
as a youth player coming into the team, even though you'll be good, teams still wouldn't give you that kind
mm,
of attention because they still see as you know. But now that he's doing bits and he's really drawing the kind of attention to himself, it will be interesting to see now how he copes with defenders who coming out with a game plan for him. I'm saying, well, hey, here we're going on apart from Marcus Rashford or Dan James or Anthony Martial. We had to now start to focus on how we're shutting down Mason. So I don't think it will phase him because I really think he had a talent.
mm.
But I would really like to see now how he would operate under that kind of pressure and um, that kind of attention from opposing teams now. Because he really showing the class, the man 2-footed. Um, he not afraid to take on players. He very the man
Yeah.
skillful and he have a shot boy. And I think
Yeah.
I think it's like you don't know which. I've already said it so much times. You don't know which foot is the stronger foot. So
Yeah. Two things I want to talk about with what you just said in terms of defenders. How to watch him now, right? So first and foremost, now with defenders having to pay attention to him, that now freeing up space for the James, for the Rashford, if it's Marshall. So now instead of doubling up on these players, now it's more difficult to double up on them because you have to watch Greenwood now, right? So that is one plus. And two, if you watch how Greenwood does really play, Greenwood does play with space now. Greenwood don't play. You don't see Greenwood up on that fender. Greenwood, for some reason, does always find the pockets in on the field in that forward line. He always in the pockets now. So it even very difficult for a defender to really pick him up. To try to hack him or you know what I mean. It's difficult for them because he always moving. He always playing in his space now. So I think he also had an intelligence with him also that would make it very difficult for a defender now.
well, and this
Mm.
is what I want to see because I
Yeah.
still don't think he is sought after by defenses just yet.
Mm.
I agree with everything that you're saying in terms of his movement, his intelligence, what he has in terms of his ability and how it would free up the likes of Rashford, Martial, Dan James, whoever. But with that kind of attention, I want to see how he will fare because you could find him now. Yeah, he creating space for Martial. Yeah, he creating space for
Mm.
um for the others. But
Mm.
then now he not having an impact on the game now. And that's what I mean. So it's just to see how he's able now to deal with that kind of attention. So yeah,
Yeah, I think he can deal with it. I think even yesterday he was for the first half he was the best player for the first
yeah,
half. I think
yeah,
I messaged
yeah.
you and tell you the only standout player right now, and we're looking so bad is Mason Greenwood. because the way he was creating space for himself, taking on the ball, attacking players, getting players into play, bringing players into play. I think he was excellent for the entire game, and I think he deserved the man of the match that he got yesterday also.
Yeah, no doubt. Even from the first half, even if the game had ended in the first half and we had to choose a man
Yeah,
of the match, he'd have get it.
yeah. I'm telling
You
you,
know,
you're so good yesterday. You're
it
so
was
good.
really good. It was really good to see Ollie made some changes with Everton in mind over the weekend. He took off Anthony Martial at 60, and then he took off Harry Maguire a little bit later. And it's because we had scored goals and the game was more or less in the bag. He was able to make those changes. He brought on Ethan Laird, who I thought made a really good showing of himself as well.
Yeah.
Another youth product getting the opportunities,
Nah, he
which is
looking
something
real good.
really, really, yeah,
Yeah,
which
he
is
looking
something
real
really,
good.
really good Ollie doing, Nico, in terms of really exposing the young players. What was your thoughts on that? Because we saw Chung there yesterday, was in the
Yeah.
mix with Ethan Laird, Brandon Williams, Mason Greenwood, you know, um, James Garner. What was
Yeah,
your thoughts on that? Yeah.
boy, again, and the thing about it is all of these players, they're working for the chance and is deserving their chance and they're taking their chances, right? Some more than others, right? When he took off Marshall for Chung, I was saying, hey, Chung for Marshall now and boom, you know what I mean? Like for some reason, Ollie here, any supporters and Ollie know what we want now, right? Boom, and it happened. Even Maguire for Jones also, it happened. But these young players really taking the chances. Chung again, he was a little better yesterday than some of the other games. Ethan Laird again, he's showing the quality, showing that he deserves to be at that level. I could see him actually getting more games. Even the Colchester game coming up. If we wrap it up early, I could see him getting more games. I could see Ghana getting more games. I still want to see more of Levitt. You know what I mean? I'm surprised not to see Levitt in the team a little more regular or around the team. I really want to see more of Levitt. And just so these players to continue to work at their game and continue to improve and take the chances when they come.
Yeah, definitely. And they have the confidence knowing that the manager looking at them. So they
Yeah.
will continue to work hard for the
Mm.
pick. You mentioned Ghana, right?
Mm.
Let's talk a little bit about Ghana because we really want to, we're hearing a lot of rave reviews about Ghana, in terms of, people likening him to the next Michael Carrick,
Mm.
and different things about him. And if I honest, no, I am all for giving youth a chance, but I'm not seeing at the moment where Ghana is really grabbing hold of the opportunities that he's getting. I'm seeing a very basic player. I've seen where he's just trying to do the bare minimum. Now I know you're 18 and you're playing in a big game and you don't want to make any mistakes. I've seen where he would always up to release the ball as quick as he can to the shortest pass that he can. Right? Defensively, he's not as solid. I don't know much about Ghana, so talking based on the little I've seen. I mean, obviously he'd have to be doing a lot for Ollie to give him the opportunity, right? But asking myself whether he's really taking his chance because we expect whether it's January or next summer for Ollie to bolster our midfield more. And if he were to bolster our midfield more, then does it mean that Ghana will get the kind of game time necessary, Nico, to better himself to be like a McTominay, where now it's like we can't do without a McTominay.
Yeah, definitely the quality is there. Because if you look at him in the under 23 games, which of course we know the level of the under 23 is not really a yardstick, right? To see. But however, you're seeing the quality where he can play through the lines, where he have those passes, where he have those even goals in him, right? He has it. It's just that, and even if we look back when he played in midfield with Levitt in Astana, he looked much better, right? Compared to playing with Matic. So maybe the chemistry also, getting that chemistry with your midfield player, maybe something also important. Definitely, he has to work on his defensive game. With the ball, he does seem more adventure, he does seem more confident with the ball. but without the ball in that defensive aspect of his game, he definitely has to improve. And I am seeing a lot of McTominay in him. Initially, when Jose started to give McTominay his chance, he had games where McTominay was the worst player on the field. When McTominay we got a 3 out of 10, but he improved and he improved, and I think I see it had a lot in Ghana to improve, and I think he would improve over time. I think he would definitely be something similar to improvement of McTominay. And at 18, I think he could only get better because I tell you, I just watch him in the under 23s, and the man is quality, the man is real class. You know what I mean? The man, as you see, the cream, there's rise to the top, and in the under 23s, he don't deserve to even be playing in the under 23s. I tell you how good the man really is. I think it's just to bring out that confidence and just to get a customer and a feel at the higher level and the higher competition. And I think sooner or later we will really start to see the best of him, because if we could really remember, he was in the first team since last season. Even under Mourinho at points, he was in the first team. He even went in pre-season with Mourinho, right, to tell you how the amount of quality he has now. He just to bring it out on a consistent basis, and I think he definitely will one for the future. I think maybe not next year, but in 2-3 years time, I think he would be one of the main midfielders for Manchester United, if not starting, but coming off the bench.
Let me just challenge you on something here, right? You talk about him going on preseason with even Mourinho. Now, that preseason that he went with Mourinho, that wasn't really by choice. That was more so because Mourinho was trying to prove a point, one, and two, he didn't have access to some of his first team players who went out to World Cup or Euros or something like that. And we heard Mourinho lamenting about the quality of the young players, and if it was he would not come out to watch these young players play. So the circumstances under which Ghana went on preseason under Mourinho wasn't really because, well, wow, this boy was really knocking on the door. I think he benefited more in terms of his chances with the first team because Oli came in with a plan to give young players a chance. So in terms of that, I really don't know if he was knocking on the door under Mourinho. I thought Mourinho's strategy was more to send a dig at the board and carry young players who he and all didn't believe in, right?
But
something else you said.
But testament to him, he's still in and around the first team, whereas others not around, right? So testament to him. So he has to be doing something good,
I don't know that.
At the end of the day, is Manchester United, is not Sheffield
Nico,
United, or is not.
Yeah, well, Nico, it's a plenty players who are supposed to be me here and with Manchester United.
All right.
So,
take win.
You know, but you make a real good point, But I just asking myself, because I mean, from the time Mason Greenwood came into the team, we could have seen the quality, and not only based on what he was doing with the under 18s, and we saw. I could have seen something, Nicole, not only me and you talk about this, but other people. From the time Mason Greenwood walked into on that field, we could have seen something was different. And if I'm totally honest with you, I haven't seen it with Ghana yet.
No, I'm not seen it with McTominay. You saw it with McTominay when McTominay went walk on the field.
All right. I see where you're going. Yeah? But let me bring this one to you again. Right? I think how to play it by McTominay was another one of Jose Mourinho dig that work out real good.
No, I don't think it was a dig, boy. I don't think it was
because plenty of what Mourinho was to prove up. Mourinho wanted players. This is one of the reasons why Mourinho, for me, Mourinho play the game with he given McTominay an award.
Nah, boy.
But yet, you throw the man in defense. You throw the man in defense to prove a point. Mourinho do McTominay all kind of things to prove a point. And for me, McTominay benefits of being a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, McTominay take his chance. But what I'm saying is the chances that McTominay was getting was not because Jose Mourinho watch and say, hey, this man, Jose Mourinho had an ulterior motive.
Nah. 80-20 on you. 80-20 with you, right? No, I kind of agree with you to a point. But I think the only reason McTominay would have gotten his chance is because he was proven a point in training. You can't tell me Mourinho, right, was so unprofessional that he gave players opportunities who didn't deserve it. I don't think a man of Mourinho, a man of Mourinho reputation, right, which had to destroy his reputation like that. So I cannot agree with you 100% on that. I can agree with you a bit, but
Nico,
I can't see
Mourinho,
that. I can't see
Mourinho
that.
had Fellaini, Herrera,
Nah.
Matic, Pogba.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? And you will
Nah.
play Scott
Can't be so bad,
McTominay.
man.
You will play Scott McTominay. And then not only
Nah.
that, you will take the youth man and play him as a central defender in a back three. Nico,
The man will be
I
as
am
good to go in
saying,
training. The man will be as
I am
good in training.
saying,
We don't be in training.
I'm not
You know
saying
how
no.
excellent the man will be as in training?
That
We can't
excellent
say
talk,
that.
Nico. I just saying, what I'm saying is
Eh.
McTominay took his chance, even though the chance that he was given was to prove a point to the board. Look, even when Oli, listen,
I say I didn't
check
say
it,
I disagree with you 100%.
check what I'm saying.
I
Eh?
know Mourinho had a vindictiveness in him, but still,
When Oli took over, Nico,
I think McTominay was doing enough.
Nico, when Oli took over, who was Oli's midfield? And the only time
Well,
McTominay came in the mix was when them fellas get injured.
right.
So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is you being played by a manager who on his way out, who has been back and forth at loggerheads with the board, and the man dropping men like Fellaini playing, who you know he have a love relationship with Fellaini, Herrera, Matic, who Mourinho brought in, but you bringing in McTominay to prove to the board that hey, you don't have enough quality in midfield. Then when Oli came now, Oli said, hey, my best three is Matic, Herrera, and Pogba. And it's only when, and as I'm telling you, McTominay would have benefited from the experience.
No, but he had to prove his point. He had to prove to even to Oli that I deserve to be playing. Remember, Oli come in on men with reputation, and he gave them that respect to prove that they deserve to play. And then McTominay made his point that he deserved to play.
And that's what I'm saying. By that time, Nico, after being used as a scapegoat under Mourinho, McTominay would have taken advantage of that opportunity.
So
by the
find
time,
scapegoat a little harder.
I telling you. I
think he was deserving of his chances. I don't think Mourinho would have
under Oli,
been professional.
Under Oli,
Mourinho,
definitely not under Mourinho.
All right. Let me not beat it too much, but
you know, by the point I'm making,
and I think everybody by now know your point of view. Right, so guys, if you listen, if you have a point of view also, let me know now. Let me know if you think that McTominay was a scapegoat or he was doing things to deserve to be playing at the time. Yes, we know at the time when he started to play, there were injuries in the team. But still, do you think that he was doing enough behind the scene to be given that chance?
I don't know if he was doing enough behind the scene,
because he got the chance to play. No, because
but
he got the chance to, because the only reason he got a chance to play had to be proven a point somewhere.
Right. But what I'm saying, Nico, remember this conversation started with Ghana. And what I'm saying is, I am asking whether Ghana is really taking his chance to tell Oli, well, hey, Oli, here what's going on. You don't need to buy a next midfielder. You don't need to buy two more midfielders. Because if Oli were to go into the transfer market, Nico, and buy midfielders, I am asking whether Ghana will be able to get the sufficient game time necessary for him to up his game and become a first team staple. And I'm saying no.
And the only how he could prove he deserved to be playing is in training. That's the only how he could do that. He had to prove that he deserves to play ahead of the rest in training. And then after that, he has to bring whatever he does on the training field, he has to bring it to the game.
Right.
If he is able to do that, yes or no, that's another question.
Right. But the point I'm making, Nico, is if we were to go to market and we were to buy, let's just say, we bring in the likes of, I just throwing out some names,
Yeah.
Because we getting linked with this guy called Tonali from Italy. We getting linked with the likes of this guy from Leeds called Kevin Phillips. We getting linked with the likes of Madison. Even this guy called Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Now you're gonna bring in these guys. You're gonna be spending 50 million, 60 million, 70 million on these guys to play in midfield, right? And you're gonna drop them for a Ghana.
And we're talking about We
We're
spent
talking about
50
consistent
million.
footballer.
We no, but we spent 50 million on Fred, and McTominay was
Who
ahead of
was
him.
who was Fred signing?
McTominay was ahead of him.
Who was Fred signing?
I mean, was Fred signing?
Who,
Mourinho signed Fred.
yeah, but Fred wasn't Mourinho signing.
Who signing he was?
That was the board trying to beat City.
Nah. Is Mourinho
That
had
was
a
the same thing
sanction?
with Alexis Sanchez.
That's what I'm going to say. That's like how he sanctioned Sanchez. And it had men playing in front of Sanchez who deserved to play in front of Sanchez. All that
Right,
money
but
Sanchez
Nico,
was
what I'm
getting paid.
saying, if you're looking at the likes of and we're looking at Ollie buying these players, because Ollie taking a deeper
Yeah,
look
but
at the kind
men
of
still had to
players he
prove
wants to purchase.
men still had to prove men still had to prove themselves.
I
Regardless of how much money you spend, you
I
had to
don't
prove
think
yourself in training. And when you prove yourself in training that you're better than the rest, you'll be given a chance. And I think that should be that should be the yardstick, or that should be even the integrity of the manager to be fair to the other players in the squad.
but is it? But is it? Is it?
When you're neck on the block, yes, it would be.
I telling you,
if you
I
have
am
room
telling
to
you,
play with, then you could introduce your 50 million or 60 million or how much player, right, to get them that experience. But if you don't have that room to play with, then you have to play them in uniform.
my closing comment is I don't see Ghana, not from what I've seen so far, unless Ghana have a real stellar remainder of the season, I don't see Ghana being a fixture in our midfield. I think a loan might actually benefit him where he go out, like Tuanzebe, have more experience outside, play some first team football, and then probably if you prove that kind of quality that we seeing or the promise of, then you could come back and stake a claim. But right now, as it stands, if we were to go to market and purchase any players, it will just push James Garner down the pecking order, and then I will question whether he'll already developed playing under 23 football when we know that level, not all that, or whether he'll just sit on the bench and settle for a half an hour here, 50 minutes there, and I don't think that really gonna help him.
Right, and my closing remark is this season, right, would not define if Ghana would be a starter soon in Manchester United. I think he has at least 2 or 3 seasons proper to develop, and he's one player I don't think should go on loan. I think he's definitely a player who should develop in Manchester. Right, it has some players who I agree should go out. Players like Chung, right? I agree he should go out on loan somewhere. Even Gomez, if he's given a chance to develop. But honestly, I think Ghana could develop at Manchester United under players like even the characters we talk about who have a similar style and a similar quality could really help develop these players. So I don't think a loan will help him, and I think this season wouldn't tell if he's
Define
a
him.
Manchester United player, yes or no.
All right. Well, that was our mini debate on James Garner and his potential and whether he would be with Man United, whether he could break into the first team. We're not saying that it's supposed to happen this season. He's only 18. So feel free to share your views on this debate. And yeah, we hope to. But I mean, I hope the viewers don't get me wrong. I really want to see Ghana show up. I just haven't seen enough. But let's see how it goes. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. We will be here again on Sunday.
Yeah.
To review that game against Everton. They kind of high with confidence after defeating Chelsea, so they're coming to try to take another scalp. And let's hope that we could, put a stop to that. Probably we could take the scalp after hours, but we will shoot them back down. Right?
Yeah.
Any closing remarks, Nico?
Nah, that is it for me. There, we done went well over what our normal time.
We should have just go straight to the debate and cut the other talk.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. See you all on Sunday, and please be reminded that this video will be available on YouTube. All right. Take care.
Yeah.